I hit the wrong button for the audio. Why is that one not working though? Oh, right. Right. So we'll just have to close out of that. And then it'll probably be fine. Cool. So I'm just starting off doing some lasering, some stuff for my upcoming show. Oh. But I've got plenty more lined up for today. Which desktop am I on? The desktop capture. I'm over here. So let's do, I guess I'll just bring this over here. Work on it on screen. Oh, let's just move those over here. That's fine. No, not that. Align to top. Let's put some prices on these. Align to bottom. Oh boy. Oh, huh. That's not what I wanted. Group. Align top. Ungroup. I'm sure there's a much more efficient way of doing this, but I'm still learning Lightburn. Group that, group that, group that, and we got fill. There. Oh boy. Put that at 20. And I'm going to up the power on those just a little bit. Save. And start that one. Okay. Back to this. And does Workbench Cam work now? It does, and it is horribly off frame. Because I moved it again. Oh, whoops. Okay. We need to do a little modification because I messed up. I did not give that camera enough room to swivel. Whoopsie-doo. So I need a longer screw. that I guess is gonna be that. And spacers. To the screw. Oh, right. I need the other drill to get it off. Whoopsie doozy. Thought this would be a better spot, and it would be a better spot if I put it in a better spot. So we're just gonna lay that there for now while I reassess. Oh, that's why. Okay, well, I can work with that. Get one of these. Uh-oh, it fell. It fell, Maddie. I don't care. I got food. Okay. Wow, this is unfortunate. What other spacers do I have? I guess I can just use one of these. No, I cannot. There's not enough space in my spacers to fit a screw through. Bigger screw. What I would need. Do I have a thinner screw? I probably have a thinner screw somewhere in here. My random screw bin. Aha! You're thinner. Big brain move. That should be fine. So then we take you. And you and you. Screw you in. And you're kind of crooked. But that's okay, I can fix that on the streaming software. Yay, that works. Yeah, that works. Awesome. We can kind of, oh, that's the wrong one. That's fine. You know what? It's fine. Cool. Now I'm not going to accidentally cover that camera either, like I was doing last time, because it is further back. Oh, hi Maddie, you eating lunch? Or dinner, I guess, at this point? Jesus, it's already 6:20. They flew by. Absolutely flew by. Okay. Oh, how's this laser going? Oh, yeah, I guess that would take longer to do. You know what? We're going to slightly adjust my laser. I'm gonna make both of those that. And then you that. And then you just line. No, not you. You fill, you line. And okay, we're just gonna stop because I don't really want to wait for that. But otherwise, that will be good. thing I have a ton of this offcut wood from other projects. Okay. Home. And go. Auto sleeping outside. Oh, look at that. I got a message on Etsy. And conveniently, this person is, oh no, the paint cracked. I have not had that happen in frickin' forever. Wow. Well. Huh. Okay, well. Let's grab another one then. Point in really sanding that down. Let's make another. Okay. Let's switch to you, and they're over here. Let's go clean this up. Sandpaper that I just walked away from. Okay. Good. Put you down, clean you off, primer and paint. But hey, now I guess I have some content material for how to fix crackled clear coat. Because it is possible. It is possible. How did that still not cut through this frickin' wood? Jeez. I guess we're going to be doing some laser tests. Cuts. We're just going to hide both of those. Let's just drop it down. Offset it a little bit. And see how that cuts through. My laser's right here. Burning wood. Most of it's getting pumped outside. Right upwind from where my dog is sleeping, because she's a ding-dong. Woo! What? It's almost through. Burning wood reminds me of marshmallows because of camping. Okay, so we're gonna drop that down. We're gonna do one more, and we're gonna drop it down a little bit slower. Otto, would you come inside? I don't want you breathing all those fumes. You're like right by the exhaust. Come on. Thank you. Maddie, that doesn't mean you just go outside. No, you stay in here. Hi, Otto, my baby girl. My baby girl. Oh, you got so many goopies and them eyeballs. Okay. How is all the streams going? So that should be, yep, that's good. That's good. Cool. Okay, that cut clean through. It burned the edges pretty good, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. And my Maddie dumbass. Well, Otto. Got the biggest dumb look on your face. I love it. Okay. Output, output, start, and cut. Maddie, now you get in here. Come on, Maddie. Come on, Maddie. I don't want you... Why do I even try? Try to keep you ding-dong safe. She just wants to go out there and smell the fumes. Thank you. She waltzes back in. Okay, do I have... I don't. But that's okay, because I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna take this one of the belt sander, and we're gonna clean it up. Okay. Now I'm going to test to make sure that it's still usable before I go gluing everything on. Yeah, it's plenty fine. Plenty fine. So we'll get those glued on in a bit. Oh, you also kind of got a little weird. Not as weird, though. Guess I didn't leave the paint dry long enough. Just wet sand with some 600 and re-hit it. Well, I thought I would be getting this pauldron out today, but the paint had other plans, apparently. Okay. Go through so many freaking shop towels. Almost. So you just need to be rehit with clear. Well, I guess if I'm... So 2 of 4 pieces are turned out okay. I've had worse. All right. My little sign is done. First of 3. Which is cool. Where's my scrapers? So I can put all this back too. Scrapers. I wish you could buy like sheets of masking tape, like rolls, like super, super thick rolls. Okay, my little detail on the side could be a little bit darker, but for little light switches, I am going to up the power on that. Probably just double it. And all of that is scrap. Go through all of this one more time. So I want it like this. Start. Double the power on that little detail should be fine. And then these will just go, yeah, that should be fine. That fills the space. I don't even know what my sign in here. I guess not. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, okay. Good. Good, good, good. I guess I'm gonna save that for later. And I can put the middle piece on, I guess. My hands are kind of dirty, so we'll just put on glove. Super glue. You eat all the food, Otto? You guys have pretty much eaten this entire box of food. Barely eaten anything inside. Okay, so we'll set that aside. Get rid of all of this. Hey, sweetheart. Set these somewhere else. Tools. And I've got some vet stuff to do, which is going to be chest parts and an ab plate mirror. Hi, Otto. the red film on the boba chest display. Just super glue on some modern acetate stuff. Not actually acetate because you can't get that no more. But and then the dental mirror, which I just use little craft mirrors because trying to source that many little dental mirrors that are all correct consistently is not easy. Okay, that's set. Let's check my laser. Much better. Now, is that too small? Probably not. I think it'll be fine. They're not permanent anyway. Mainly just to hold the, hold everything in place while I work on more designs. So we're gonna get these two, put tape on them. Tape helps keep the laser from making the finish of the wood weird. Because it does. There's probably a better way to do that as well. No. Okay, so that one's trash. That's next. This is trash. Used everything I will for that. And these will just go on with a little bit of double-sided removable tape, woodworker's tape. I got a bloop. It's going to use some woodworker's tape. Attempt to kind of center it on here the best I can. Yeah, that works. Now for the next one, which is cutting right now. Those ding dongs went back outside. Then after I get these cut, I will be cutting more little doodads for boba. Little screw holders. Just like the originals. Cool. Outlet is done. And now for the last. Oh, forgetting to group these back together before I go to move them. Where's my scraper? Where's my scraper? Okay. Another piece of tape. Ah, that's fine. I guess I can move these off the workbench. Ah. Oh my goodness, I have so many notices on my phone. Things that I need to do before I forget. So this was the 18th. That was... Okay. Oh, Jesus. Air compressor turned on. I guess I have a very small leak somewhere. I wonder if that just runs. I guess that runs in the middle of the night. I mean, it's fine. Okay. So... to tape this armor together with the approximate correct spacing. I'm going to be doing some reverse engineering accurate mounting, which is not the easiest thing to do, but that's okay. ESB. Yeah. So that should be pretty good. And let's get my mannequin, the client's vest. Hello. Which is in this box. Opens on the side for some reason. And yeah, you're gonna go basically like that. And I'm gonna get it as close to on here as I can. Okay. So, oh, stop moving, mannequin. Try and get you centered on here. Tape you on. Yup, yup. That needs to be a little bit higher. And we're just gonna tape you all around. Okay. This is kind of like how they did it originally, just a little backwards because the rivets were not yet in, or not the rivets, the eyelets were not yet in the armor. I guess I should lay that down. Yeah. One of these days I will do this to my own armor, personal armor. Just have not gotten around to it. Okay. I'm gonna do the collar plate last, once I get all the armor on. And I'm glad that all of these are still more or less lining up. Okay, that's not bad. The diamond is slightly off center. Well, not off center, but the eyelets themselves are a little off center, so they're going to be sitting a little off center on the diamond, which is okay. Okay, okay. So that one probably just won't be able to get accurate mounting, just with how it is. Oh yeah, I guess I probably should switch back. Not that I think anyone's watching right now, but switch to the workbench cam. The only thing I don't have are nylon nuts. However, the original doesn't seem to have used nylon nuts. From what I can gather, it was some probably tapped plastic of some sort, which is what I plan to do. All right. I'm gonna position this. And you. There we go. Much better. Now that visually looks much more intentional. Okay. Now next up is a sheet of ABS with more tape because ABS very much likes to warp. Since it's a thermal plastic. Okay. And in you go. Tape it to the base. Helps enough. Not perfect. Global armor bolts. Save that. I could do another row on top, honestly. So we're gonna take you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 across. So we'll get rid of 5. That's 4, 5. And line left. Group. Align right. Align top. Spaced. Save. And drop you down a tad bit. Do I need to re-level the laser? Oh, yes, I do. That is very much not level. Oh. Okay. This laser does not like thin materials. Very difficult to get it low enough. I wonder if they make a cutting bed that's slightly higher. Oh. Okay, we're just gonna have to get to that because I can't get it bent down all the way. And we're gonna go here and we're gonna test. Yep, that's good. Home. Frame. Okay, so we'll shift it slightly up. Like that. Save and start. And now that will be going for a moment. I do want to know, let's see, K40 plus Omtech cutting bed. Can you just buy new ones that are thicker? That would be very useful to me. Laser cutting bed. Honeycomb laser bed. No, I don't want fucking AI. Jesus. Do they make a thicker one? Oh lord, she thick? Maybe? I don't know. None of these look particularly thick. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. We're gonna start with the chest diamond. I do want to double check that these are in fact not dead center of the vest before I go gluing anything. So this is 16.75. Divided by 2 would be 18 3/8. Which is right geek. I mean, it's really, that actually might be dead center of the vest. Might want to reattempt that actually. Although the plates are not perfectly uniform, neither is spacing. That is one aspect of the Fett costume. I forgot to switch camera back again. How is that on? Is that where I had it before? No. Okay. I think I might give this another try. Not 100% happy with that initial placement. Which means we're going to be wasting a lot more tape. But you know what? It's fine. I guess I don't have to be using the super thick tape either. But I do. Let's use a tape that I don't like. I don't really have tape that I don't like anymore. But I have plenty of rolls of tape that are almost empty that are all basically the same size. So let's try and use some of that up. I'm going to get my Empire reference back up. So I can attempt to kind of, everything changes based on how Jeremy's standing, but try and get the spacing as good as possible. Okay. So that's really tight spacing on, yeah, okay, that's better spacing. Different color Sharpie on the back. Let's get you back on. And since this mannequin is quite small, get it as, okay. try and get you as good as possible. So that's... Man of War did not make these shoulders. Well, I mean, there is one boba that actually has different shoulders, but I don't think it's Empire. But that's okay. That's too low anyway, because it's starting to show. Okay. No, definitely not like that. Okay, good. Good. Now let's lay you flat. And that does not line up even remotely with his holes, so we're going with the original holes. Because that actually lined up with what he already had. Okay. Cool. Then I will just get some glue and we'll start gluing a million frickin' screws on. Otto, can you come back in here? Otto. Come on, sweetie. Stop laying outside. I'm cutting ABS and fuming it right into your lungs. You guys, closing the doggy door. Don't panic. You guys are staying in here for now. Okay. So that will put you right here, which, yeah, there's some wiggle room as expected. And I would still like to try and get the accurate mounting on there, even if the full piece won't fit. Which I doubt they fit on the original, honestly, because knowing these sizes, how could they on the back of the diamond? The diamond is not that big. I guess I should have probably glued two together to start with. Shouldn't I have? So that way they are always even. Okay. There we go. And that will go on like that. And I'm going to cut it here and here. And we're just going to do that on the bandsaw. This is now fairly thick. Ow! Hit my shoulder. That hurts. There, that works. And ABS to ABS. Do the next one. It's just going to be that. And you will be able to fit. Just have to cut that off. Okay. Very good. Oh, well, almost. Almost very good. Can I? Oh, I know what I can use to cut these. I have this thing for tubes. Oh, yeah. That works great. Okay. And then the idea I had was use these washers because they won't fit through that, and I'll just tap them. Ouch. Keep hurting myself. Oh, I don't have an M5 tap. That's okay, because they really just kind of pressure fit on, which is probably not all far off from what they did originally, based on what I've seen. All right, let's get another table up. And so that's going to be, yeah, that's great. And you still get the ability for it to move. Okay. There's one armor piece with its ability to shift around as needed. Although it does tend to show that a bit too much. That's not great. Because it had to be so off-center. Okay. Well, maybe I need to redo this or rethink this then. I mean, I can redo a diamond easy if I have to. Oh yeah, these washers are great. This was a fantastic way to do that. But they really cannot be that off-center, so we're going to have to fudge some things to make this work with the existing holes. Which means putting these exactly center and then just kind of figuring everything else out based on the diamond. Which is fine. I can do that. Since the diamond's the smallest part, that's really the only time that we're going to potentially run into that as an issue. Although once all the armor's on and it kind of holds everything together. That is potentially no longer an issue at that point, but that's okay. I think it'll be better to do this anyway. And as long as I keep everything consistent, it should all still line up in the end perfectly fine. Because honestly, if I center it all on just the side of the hole for everything, offset all of the holes that I put down by about 1/4 of an inch. Then that should still be fine. Can't see the grommet then. Yeah, the client already had the grommets on the vest and wanted me to do the armor that way. And I'm like, well, there's really no way for me to guarantee that they'll line up since you've already put the grommets on. So he ended up sending me his vest. And so now I'm kind of doing some backwards engineering, because normally this would not be the order of operations that you would do to do an accurate grommet, but it is what I have been dealt. So it's what we're dealing with. Thankfully, his old armor was not so crazily different in shape that any of the grommets are still visible once my armor's on. So that was also a concern. Sometimes you get armors that are just so wildly the wrong size because, you know, they're old or didn't know any better back then. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but ow. I am at least laser cutting out the frickin' bolt holders so I don't have to sit here and manually cut a bajillion of these rectangles. So that's nice. I just have to modify them slightly for the diamond because I'm not entirely sure what they used on the original for the diamond. Probably just smaller versions of these, because we know the size, more or less, of one of the ab plates, and it's little plastic mounting things, and those are way too big for the diamond, so I'm just kind of guessing. Thankfully, I have a crap ton of scrap white textured ABS that works very well for this because I just put the texture side down and it's fine. Oh my gosh, can I stop dropping things for 5 minutes? That'd be great. You also don't technically need these accurate mounting points with our modern epoxies and glues, but hey, why not? It's more fun to be more accurate. All right, there we go. Someday I'll do this to my own armor. I still haven't gotten around to doing it to my own. It is the best mounting way. It just takes the most amount of work, but it's really nice. Having all of the plates kind of be able to shift around as they need to. Yeah, there you go. Now you can't see the grommet. So I want to offset everything about 1/4 of an inch to the, I also need a bunch of M5 nylon nuts because these washers are great, but yeah, so everything 1/4 of an inch-ish that way. Should be fine. Before I go putting all of the things on, we're just going to do a quick dry fit. Because it's fairly easy to pop off these bolts. Okay, that is right on the dent. So I might not actually end up putting a bolt there. Because he put the grommet a little bit low for my armor. So I might have to skip one, but we'll see. Okay. Now let's kick all of that. Yeah, these really, they don't line up with my armor, but at least my armor covers it all. But this method has enough forgiveness in it that not everything has to be exactly perfect. Okay. My next set of bolt things is what? Oh, well, almost. Didn't quite cut all of them for some reason, but I guess it cut enough. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I still use the jewelry pin backs. I find it to be the most simple. But yeah, you don't really... It's the easiest to move everything around as you need it. But you don't really have a lot of... The bulkiness of the pins is... I mean, I feel like the bulkiness of the pin backs isn't really that much thicker than the nylon and everything. Once you get the bolts on, and depending on how deep of a bolt you use and everything, I feel like it's comparable in terms of bulkiness. But I guess there's a little bit more wiggle room. I don't know. Okay, so I can shift. I don't know why my laser didn't cut out that bottom. It like gave up partially the way through. That's really weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, what the heck? Huh. Well, that's fine. We'll just take... Oops. I don't need that bottom row anyway. We'll just do this. And bring you down a little bit. Save. Get rid of all that. And put in the next sheet. Interesting spam bot, question mark? I'm not really sure what it's trying. Okay. Ooh. ABS is not great. Still beats hand cutting all of these though. Okay, so let's do a quick little dry test here, just to see how it's all going so far. There's also the other level of doing this myself is, you know, I can mount it as accurately as possible. Ultimately, it probably should fit your body, but okay, so you can kind of see that grommet, but there's really nothing I can do about that. As everything sits on a person and adjusts, it probably will be better. So far, so good though. Just a little bit of the brass up there, but the ab plate should probably also help to hold that up. Yeah, that's working good so far. Yeah, okay. Still need those nylon nuts. These washers definitely work, but they'll probably wear out eventually. I don't want that on a client's costume. Where can I get M5 nylon nuts? Hopefully Amazon or Granger. Let's see. Amazon M5 nylon nut. Not metal with nylon in it. I forgot I was running into this problem before. M5 plastic nut. There. 100 pieces nylon replacement nuts, M5. That'll work. Yeah, that's fine. And then I can use the washer to kind of hold it in for this, and the nuts on the final one. As for this bolt, I mean, I guess I can still put it on. It's just like right on the dent, when normally it would be quite a bit further the other way. This one, I'm just going to put a lot of super glue around the base because I can't get anything else on it. We'll put some baking soda on for extra strength. Now let's do the ab plate. No. This kind of makes me want to do this on my armor. But in correct order. I really should offer a template set for members to send around too. It's something I've been meaning to do. That way those that do want to do it this way can do it easier with a template. Should put that on my list to pull. Okay, now it's just a matter of 1.5 million frickin' washer things. So much super glue, so many washer things. So how's chat? It's gonna take me a little while. Oh, this is just repetitive work. I don't need to focus. It's just gluing pieces of ABS together for the next millennium. Oh, that one's cut weird. That's fine. I guess I could offer pre-cut kits of these. That would probably be useful to people too. Because it is really annoying to hand cut all of these. That means everything is exactly the same, which in a way is technically a little bit less accurate. Since they were, I mean, ILM, they had access to a laser, so it's not impossible for them to have lasered these out. Especially with how many they had to make for all of the sets of armor. Oop. Whoops. Oh, I got tape on me. Yoink. Oh my gosh. Keep dropping everything. Oh my goodness. I guess I could kind of assembly line this a little bit more. Like. I also would like to find slightly better screws for these, because I'm not convinced that this is the correct style screw. It's the best that I could find, and it's very possible that the original kind that they used is just no longer made. It's also entirely possible that they just got a big old threaded rod of nylon and just individually cut them instead of using anything pre-made, which would explain their desire for these crazy washer things. But who knows? Hopefully someday we'll get some really good shots of the back of the armor. Probably not, but one can dream. There's bound to be a set of armor in the archives the screw is like about to break off. And then someone could figure out exactly what they did. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, that should be enough. which means I have a whole nother sheet on the way for future builds. Which, again, not all of these can really get accurate bolt mounts, just due to everything already being there. But I told him I would do the best I could. This is not the best you can get. I'm slightly concerned about how close that one is to the edge, but it's just another one of, there's nothing I can really do about that because they were already here. Okay. This one, if I heat that up and kind of form it, I could get that on there. So I might end up doing that. Go, go, go. And then I have to do the collar plate, which, again, normally you would do it all at once, but a collar plate is kind of weird. Urgh. Come on. What? Oh, wow, I really need to replace these blades. Mm. Okay. I'm gonna use the rest of my super glue on this. This is a lot of super glue. I don't think there is technically one in the middle of the ab, though. I don't remember that or not. Oh, there is. That one's also technically just on that plate. Square-like. Oh. You know, they probably used one of those cements that they love to use on models that like melts the plastic more. Okay. Good. All of that's on. I'm going to clean my bottle and go over here. Apply to an email. Really fast. Okay. Oh my goodness. So many everythings. Okay. So I'm gonna attempt to heat up one of these and see if I can get it to kind of form to the dent a little bit. That kind of worked. Yeah, there we go. That works. Kind of hurts my thumb a little pressing it down, but you know, because it's hot. There. That works. Did my laser actually cut all of them? It did. And actually went off the piece of plastic a little bit. Oh God, that smells awful in there. I guess I might as well just keep cutting these while I have it going. I'll use them eventually, I'm sure. Although there isn't a lot of warping going on, so I'm going to try a sheet without... I don't know if that's because the tape is actually doing its job or if it was just because I was making the test sheets too hot. Okay. You also need your chest display, which is going to be good old hot glue. There's some over-engineered 3D mounts, 3D print mounts on here, though. It's not really needed. Glue, hot glue. Don't need anything fancy here. They kind of went fancy on the original with like gluing screws down and stuff, but they also had a much larger circuit board than we do today. Glue, hot glue and duct tape is, can't beat it. I guess I can put the other pieces on though while the hot glue is heating up. Eventually, so I can, there we go. There's one. Two. Some of these are kind of tight. Just with the shape of everything. Oh, I forgot to actually order the nylon nuts. Should probably do that. We'll be needing those. Amazon, nylon nuts, 100 pieces. That'll last me a while. Go, be here on Sunday, it looks like. For some reason, Granger did not have what I wanted. Okay. Add plate. Good. Yes. I got perfectly sized washers. So the washers actually are good enough to hold the armor on. I'm not entirely sure the long-term life of this method, but I feel like with 2 washers it would probably hang on there pretty good. All right, that's good. Yeah, they kind of hit each other a bunch, as they should. Do I have compressed air out here? Can of it. To flash freeze this hot glue. Does not appear so. That's okay. Chest display. Hello. Welcome, welcome. These are, I don't like how much she's got these together. We're going to start with the digits. going to be right like that. If I can get this to frickin'... Okay. Good. Put it up to the AC, try and cool down that hot glue. So I really don't want it to shift, is it? It's pretty dry. Now let's get the top bar in here, which has got, I don't know why the person who made this circuit board gave the top bar the ability to move so far away from the display. Like, we know the distance. Okay. I should make chest displays. Ah! Oh! Ah! Ow! I burnt my finger a little. Hot glue nozzle got a little too close to my fingy. Not the first time. Okay. Kind of tack it in to start with. And then just cover the edge. And that's how I install chest displays. Is it the most elegant? Not really, but you know. It sure works. Good. And then, yeah, it's pretty much what I do. I do a hot glue to hold it, and then I just cover the whole back of it in duct tape, so that way you don't get, you know, it's not going to shift around on you, and you don't get any moisture on the circuitry. Although there is buttons on the back of this for some reason. Not really sure what those do, so we'll have to, I guess, make a little cutout. I mean, the maker of this did include this little bracket. But sometimes you just can't beat the simplest option. I told the client that's how I do this, and he was like, okay. And the originals are just covered with duct tape. They're held on with like a screw system, but they are, in the end, just covered in duct tape, so. If it's good enough for ILM, it's good enough for me. There we go. Covered in duct tape. And now we shall mount this on the chest, which is USB powered, which is fun. Okay, come on. There we go. And there. Yeah, it's real nice. Depending on how you're looking at it, you still can kind of see some of those brass, but you can kind of see that on the original too, mainly on the sides. That one's really the only concerning one, but like, it's just kind of how it is because the grommets are already there. Whoops, through the tape. Now for this collar plate, which is the only one that I would probably be best if he did, but I do know about where it should sit because of the ESB promo, costume, Blu-ray thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this one on here and probably just give him some extra screws and stuff, but like, it's you know, I know where it should line up on the vest and everything, and just gonna go with that. But yeah, collar plate is very, it really changes based on if you want to be choked or not. But if you go to, not that either, Windows search, you suck. I want to go to the Mario costume Blu-ray. And we'll grab this one. We'll go to OBS, because we have this photo. So we can see how the approximate spacing of how it should roughly sit on a mannequin, which is very helpful. And yes, I exported it frame by frame. So I think that should be okay. Should be a decent place. I've got it. Because it really pulls up from the collar plate. Where are you? Me. No. Workbench. So yeah, in theory, this is about where it should sit. So this is such a strange vest. I didn't know Man of War made his vests like this. Oh yeah, I guess I should probably tape it on the bottom too. Oh yeah. It's starting to rain? Yep, sounds like it. We're raining outside. Okay. So we're just gonna put some tape down to hold you basically right where I want you. Okay. Then we flip. And circle, circle, circle. And peel that off. On. More glue. And loop. Oh, whoops. I need to slightly shorten this one. I don't even know if I can still get blades for this cutter thing I have. I hope so. I really like it. The blades are getting quite worn out. Oh, I got glue on me, I think. Did I get myself a... when did I get a blister? I just popped a blister on my finger. When did that even happen? There we go. Very good. That blister feels weird now. It's actually fine if the middle grommet is shown because it's very often shown. But there we go. That is that'll be on there once I get my, and then the back plate, which I leave for them to trim and position as needed. I definitely got way too many screws, but oh look, my next set of thingamabobs is done. The air vent out for a minute. The rest of that is trash. And I think that's all I'm going to cut for now, because that's will last me quite a while. Okay. So those can go back to him, so I didn't use them. And we're gonna put my pop tab in the thing. Okay. Now I'm gonna make some labels. So I have my green in here. I got white. That's fine. Labels. Nimbot. Switch to this camera for a moment. Etsy. Sign out of that account. Sign into this account. Orders. Come on. Oh my gosh. Phone, no, stop that. I don't want to select text. I just want to move the cursor. Stop. No, okay. Oh my gosh. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, am I out of? Oh, okay. I didn't have enough labels anyway. This will switch to my standard green, which is you. Oh gosh. use it. Cancel, print. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, on to the next thing here soon. Okay, good, good, good. I have so many freaking projects. That in there. These in here. Now that all of that is done, I guess these can go, well, yeah, I can put them in here. I just get another drawer divider. Good. And let's see if I can find more blades for these real quick. Craftsman, handy cut blade. eBay. These are such an old cutter. Ew. Hose cutter. That is what it technically is. Okay. You can buy the whole new tool. What about the blade? Okay. 2, and these are longer than that. What? How long are these? Where's it? These are like 3.5-ish, depending on how they're measuring them. 2.5, 2.5, 3 7/8. That's probably right. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna get some of those eventually. Okay. Close out of that, close out of that. Cancel, cancel, blah, 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 blah. Okay, workbench. Continue on with all the work I need to do. Ah. Bonk. Yeah, this blade is well used. It's probably never been replaced. And it is quite an old tool. Patent pending. I wonder if they ever got it. Cutting, scraping, cutting. Oh. I don't know how I got so far behind on everything. Otto, I know you want to go outside. But you can't. Now it's all gross and muddy out there. Plenty of that. Plenty of that. Good. A plus. A plus. Oh. Slight break time. Slight break time. E. Okay, dokie. Let's close out of y'all. And oh, there it is. I need my food. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay. What next? Oh, I got a rogue screw. I guess there's one. I got one step left of this, which is going to be the armor studs, which is pretty good. Just need one painted gray and one painted with a red top. Let's hit you with some yes, 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 yes. I'm gonna put you over here. Say, keep cleaning up after myself. You and red. Caller. This game's almost dead.